once again, this is the Stella King Show, and I'm your host, Miss Stella King. Okay, today is going to be fantastic. Now, the topic for today is actually about mental health, autism, ADHD, and I've got someone who's a specialist in that area, and I've got somebody who also is an ambassador for autism and also has dealt with autism as well. Okay, welcome, Michelle. Hello.
Hello.
For everyone out there, Michelle is a counsellor. She's a mentor as well. And she's also into the education system. Am I correct?
Yes, I am.
Okay, that's amazing. And I also have Christian here. Hello, Christian. How are you? And obviously, he was diagnosed with autism as a child. Okay, let's start. How are you?
I'm doing well.
That's awesome. Okay, it's great to have you. Are you comfortable? Are you fine? Go take a breath.
Okay.
Yes. Okay, that's good. So, Christian, I know that obviously you have a story.
Of course.
You were diagnosed as a child with autism.
Yeah.
Just tell us a little. We would like to hear.
I'll make it just short and sweet, if I really can. But I was told by my family I was diagnosed at 3 years old, and I really had no idea about it, because when you're little, you wouldn't really know anything, because you are just like a little kid on your own. You wouldn't have any idea what's going around you. Because personally, as a kid, I wouldn't even really know exactly where I am. So I'm just like trying to be a little kid by playing with little toys, doing what other kids would do. And I didn't really get to know it until maybe I was old enough.
Okay, like how old were you when you realised that you were diagnosed autistic?
Oh boy.
Don't worry, take your time. No rush.
If I can remember, I think I got to know it maybe when I was 15 or 16.
15, so that became a realisation to you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, did you understand the term autism?
No.
No, not really. Okay, so growing up, how were you able to handle being with people your age? Was it difficult for you? Was it challenging?
I think mine was like very, very, very unusual one, because normally I didn't have any friends when I was younger.
Okay.
But I got compensated with adult friends, more likely.
So adults became your friends.
Yeah.
Okay. How was it for your parents?
It was very challenging for them, and they were like, what do we do and what can they do about it? And I think, like I said, when computers were not really like
a big thing. Yeah.
Like nobody knew how to deal with this kind of thing. So you will either go to a library to read about dealing with the children with autism, or you go to any place that can help you or give you local advice in that area.
So, Christian, I've watched you when you've done your awareness about autism. And, you've spoken in public about this. And you've told us your testimony of how you couldn't speak, and then what you went through, and eventually you gained boldness to start coming out. Because before you couldn't literally sit here to even have a conversation, could you?
Yeah.
But now you can. I think that's amazing. That's actually fantastic. So many people out there will be inspired, especially parents who probably have little kids who are autistic, and are really struggling right now. I think, is there ever going to be a hope? Will my child ever have a normal life? What can you say about that?
No, it's funny what you've taken up, because at the time, it was like I used to be the shy person. It was like having an eye contact was a big issue. I didn't really notice at all.
You look at me right in the eye now.
Do you know? Yeah. Do you mind if I mention this? Yeah, I hope you're not going to sue me.
I sue you? Okay.
Oh, I hate to say this, but somebody in front of me really brought my confidence back, because I was not even looking for anyone to get my eye contact confidence like that. I was not thinking about it. I was just like, okay, ping pong, ping pong, ping pong. I was just doing my own little thing, ping pong, ping pong. The only thing I would just look is just clothing, because they were just, to me, it was just like, why are you looking at clothes for? It was probably an easy thing for me.
Yeah.
And but when it comes to social contact, you know, eye to eye, I'm like, but this is so new for me. Until when you came in, I'm like, oh God, what am I coming in for? As soon as it happened, I was like, I've never had that feeling.
Yeah.
It's like someone's restoring my feeling.
Oh.
It's like somebody has really turned everything around. I've never had anyone can step close to me and say, you gotta do eye contact. I was like, what do you mean eye contact? I'm thinking like, is she trying to throw me off the rail or something? Or do you think I'm not nice enough?
Okay.
But I mean, I thank God that I was able to gain my confidence in such a way.
Before we go back to your story, I just want to introduce everyone. Hi. So we have Michelle here, like I said before, who's a counsellor, and she's going to be with us from now on this show for counselling. Hi, Michelle.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm good.
I'm good, great.
How are you?
Yeah, so tell people a little about what you do.
So I basically work with all different types of people. So I work with men, women, children, mainly children, and I kind of use a different strategy of counselling and mentoring people.
Okay.
Really reach into their heart first of all, and getting them to trust me first of all.
Yeah.
And then they kind of speak. Then, you know, they try to open up. They open up more to me, kind of thing. Yeah, like, and in a different way, not in a way that you normally talk to a counsellor.
Yeah.
Because I see them as they are.
Yeah.
I don't see them as their condition. I see them as they are.
So, for instance, someone who was possibly in Christian's position and, you know, prior to, you know, him being here now and was really suffering in terms of with this symptom, with this, you know.
When I'm working with autistic children or adults, I kind of are quite relatable to them as well.
Yeah.
But I kind of think out of the box like them.
Right.
So I kind of put myself where they are.
Okay.
So I can see through their eyes.
Yeah.
So the things that they do, I see them as normal. So I don't act on them.
Yeah.
So I kind of treat them as a normal person.
Yes.
So I don't see their condition. I don't see what's wrong with them.
Yes.
I see the finished work.
Yes.
I see what's complete in them.
Yes.
I see the unique giftings in them and
Yeah.
the creative abilities that they have.
And you use
and
that.
I pull that
Yeah, you
out
pull
of
that.
them.
Yeah.
So I pull that out of them. I encourage them. I motivate them.
Yeah.
I love them to bits, like literally.
Yes, literally,
Because
yeah.
mostly, sometimes in the
Amazing.
schools that I work with, they allow me to hug them. They allow me
Okay.
to hug the children.
Yeah.
So they need love.
Yeah.
They need love, and they're not. They're when it comes to trust, there has to be that connection.
Yeah.
Like they know who's real and who's not real,
Yeah.
and who's there for the money and who's not there for the money.
Yeah.
And I do it out of work and in work.
Yeah.
And I work with different types of people with social, emotional, mental health, ADHD, cerebral palsy. I've worked with all different types of people. So
Yeah.
I've able over the years to adapt.
Okay.
I've been in this only 13 years, but I've been able to adapt and be relatable as well to my condition, to the things that happened to me as a child.
Yes.
So, you know, I just think I think out the box as well, and I'm a bit wired different.
So, like Christian, you were saying earlier on, like I feel, obviously I met you years ago, and obviously I knew where you were coming from, and obviously I've heard you speak about your testimony, and you know, I've even heard it firsthand from his parents actually. And when I actually came in contact with him, actually, I'm ensured, like what you're just saying, Michelle, I ensured I spent quality time with him.
Yeah.
I became a friend to him. And because one thing I found is he literally had nobody else apart from people who were like uncles, aunties, older people who spoke to him, but he had no one in his age group who he related with.
Yeah.
And I found once he felt comfortable with me, you know, he was able to bring out, I was able to pull something out which was always there. And now you literally see him all over, you know, and you've got a movement right now, haven't you? What is it called? Please let everyone know.
Okay, my movement is Autism Survivor Champions Awareness.
Okay.
That came in 2017. That vision came around January or February.
Yes.
And I don't know, it just came to me as a surprise, but I just felt something inside of me to say, look, you got to give back before I turned 30.
Yes.
So,
And how old are you now? I'm sure everyone wants to know.
wow. Oh, I don't like doing this, but I'm 33.
Okay, great, yes.
I mean, back to where I was, I mean, I shared that vision with my mom, and then the vision came alive around 1st of April 2017 during April's Fool's Day, and it also marked its beginning during the Autism Awareness Month. And it was really something I'll never forget. It was really something that I couldn't take out of it. And then years went on, it was just, don't know, it was just really special to me.
Aww.
And I just really thank God for it. And I'm really looking forward to doing more in the
Okay.
future, networking with different people who have really got so much experiences, like nurses, psychiatrists, all that kind of stuff, because they really make the vision more stronger.
Yes.
When you have new faces who've had experience. Like now, if I didn't have the confidence to do that, I don't really think I'll be able to go as far as I would have wanted to. But the reason why I got too comfortable with my aunties and uncles, they were like easier to understood, you know, they were easily to handle. Because if it was kids, then it would be like too much for them to know. It would be too much for them to deal with. So I had to take the easy route.
Yeah.
The easy route was just being around with adults, because they were like more
Understanding?
open. Yeah.
Would you say? Yeah.
They're more understanding, they're more open.
Yeah.
And they're not somebody that would just close the door on you.
Yeah.
They're somebody that will just protect you when things are not going right. I mean,
I think it's also vital and important to make sure that we have awareness for also people who are young to realise that you do have people who are your age who actually have special needs, who may not be the same as you, and explain these reasons so to prevent bullying, you know, and making sure that that person feels welcomed, you know, and feels
So
home.
important.
I think it's very important that that's also put out there. Yes. So, Michelle, I've got a book right here, everyone, called The Bright Light and the Secret Maze. And it's by this author, Michelle Dadsey, right? Michelle, what made you write this book?
Wow. I was reading C.S. Lewis about how he wrote The Lion, the Witch and the Wardrobe, Narnia, and the way it inspired me, because it was like, in a unique way, it was like in a parable, and it inspired me that I wanted to write a book, like a children's book. I was like, I want to write a children's book. This has really inspired me, because I read his story that he was an atheist and he came to the Lord and stuff, and it so inspired me. And I was like, I want to do this. I want to write in parables. I want to write unusual. I want to write from my heart, from everything that I've been through, but then from the people that I've worked with. So literally, the book is like the people that I worked with over the years. So different children going through different special educational needs. So you've got ADHD, you've got autism, you've got a girl with cerebral palsy that's sick, you know.
I saw that in
yes.
the book. Yes.
You've got a girl that was lost, like she's naughty, she didn't listen to her parents, so she basically drifted out to sea, you know, but she was told. So, and then you've got different dominations, different races in the book. The book is relatable to adults and children. It's like an amazing book. I read the book still now, and I get healing from the book.
Yeah.
It takes me back to when I was a child and the things that I didn't do, the dreams and inspirations that I didn't do.
Yes.
So the book is very educational
Because
as well.
when I read this book, actually, what I could see was like you were literally giving children hope. Like there's this bright light
Yes.
beaming at them,
Yes.
showing them the way to
Yes.
go.
Yes.
And it's so unfortunate that when we grow up as adults, we forget that and we
Yes.
just let everything in this world bombard and say, oh, it's too late. But yeah, when we were younger, we had all these dreams.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
It's
I
so
think
true.
it's fantastic. And it keeps that dream alive in that kid because you don't know what that child's going through, you know? And this book literally brings hope, which I think is amazing.
And it speaks a lot about, you know, homeless people as well in
Yeah.
there, and that children should understand that they didn't put themselves in that position.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of that in there as well. And it takes away racism because there's all denominations and races together as one, living together in harmony, you know, as one, you know, and that's how it should be. So the book is very adaptable to each individual. And I wanted each individual to go on a different journey so that it would be unique. And Christian here, he's read the book
Oh,
as
yeah.
well.
What do you have to
and
say
he
about
went
the
on a
book?
completely different journey.
The book is an eye-opening, like I've mentioned, you know, to you, Michelle, and it's really like interesting, and it made me want to look at it. Even in the morning, I just put it next to my bed. I just thought, okay, you know what, let me just open it, and I just said, let me carry on with my chapters. I really think it's just encouraging for me, and it talks, like you said, it's about finding your purpose and your journey and embracing it, because sometimes you have to look at it from a strong perspective. We're all just growing and we're all just learning at different stages. Sometimes you just have to look at it at a positive perspective. I mean, I may not be the superhero, whatever you want to refer me to. I'm just in my learning period, you know. I might feel like, all right, that might be whatever you want to call me, but that doesn't really matter. But for me, I'm just like being used by the Father in heaven, really. Because I remember I read one scripture, and when I found it out, it was just like an eye-opener to me.
Yeah.
It was like, what was I reading? I was reading John 9 verse 3, and when that one struck my attention, I just even couldn't believe what I just saw.
Yeah.
And then I just grabbed it and I ran with it.
You ran with
and
it.
then I ended up using it to tell people it's not the fault of whoever it is, because sometimes we're easily to throw
Yeah.
sticks and stones.
So do you feel like this book does that as well?
To be honest, that book alone is really like an encouraging,
Yeah.
because like I said, everyone comes from different walks of life. We can end up feeling like isolated. You might feel like, oh, you had nothing to prove and nothing to show. Sometimes when you mentioned bullied, I was like, oh, that's one is very, very easy picking, because I've had my I had my taste in that area. But I mean, let alone, I mean, all of this that I've experienced
Yeah.
was just really part of my greatness.
Okay. Well, you know what? It's been great having you here, Christian. And I wish you the best success with everything that you do and with this awareness that you are giving. You know, you're bringing light to this world, and that's amazing. And Michelle, can you show everybody where they can get this book from, please? If you look into the camera.
You can get this book on Amazon, and it's on Kindle as well as on paperback.
So it's called The Bright Light and the Secret Maze. The author's name is Michelle Dadsey. Okay? Yeah. All right. Thank you, guys. It's been great having you here.
Thank you.
And so we'll be back shortly. Thank you.